This clip of Connor McDavid is what I've been spending my whole practice trying to copy and match mechanic for mechanic. This is a breakdown of actually a very simple movement and something that's not often taught. So how did I start with this? Well, we first had to isolate the very first part. Thanks to the Accelerate app, I was working on this separately. Here's what I found out. McDavid starts with a cross. That's very self-explanatory. But right afterwards, he stutters the same exact way that he's crossing. Typically, when I've done stutters, it would be cross that way, stutter the opposite way. It wouldn't be necessarily stuttering the same way, but this is the very cool thing about hockey. Because of how random it is, it opens up new levels of options, new levels of possibilities. And so that is where the optionality of things like the stutter, the cross under come in. So if we're to isolate that very first stack, again, it would look exactly like this. Cross, stutter. Look, you can isolate these things, you can break them down regression by regression, movement by movement, making it accessible to you. The second thing that he does right after he makes that first stutter around a defender is he then proceeds into dragging the skates before he then takes a shot. Now he goes 5-hole there. I know I lifted the puck, but basically after he makes that first move, right? So that one, he then goes right here, puts it 5-hole. And the very cool thing that shows is, first off, he's stick handling with his footwork. What do I mean by that? He is having his hands and feet synchronized with each other, which gives him more options because he is being more deceptive. That throws off defenders, and in that case, it throws off the goaltender. Once again, he's stuttering, dragging his edges, goes 5-hole. The goalie or defender has no idea where he's gonna go. Like, do you really know where I'm gonna go or cut to if I were to attack you just like that? You have no idea. But because I'm so balanced, I can cut further that way if I wanted to, or cut back, or even if he saw no other option, he could stop, make another play. He has a lot of options open to him. If we're to make a hockey easier and not harder, we first have to set up the foundation, which is the proper mechanics. Thereafter, you can stack them together, just like the stutter and the cross under. Actually, it's reverse of that in this specific case. And then you do stutters with stick handles on top of that. And then also at the end, he synchronizes stutters with his shot. He doesn't have to shoot hard for his shot, but if you're to, first off, isolate stutters with stick handles, start off right here. Just go foot to foot. I'm not doing anything with my hands. And often, actually, it's the same thing if I were to just go right here. Notice that I'm barely doing anything with the top hand. It's just there for a guidance. Then if I add the bottom hand with me, right, it just adds a lot more options, a lot more deception. And I don't have to worry about losing the puck because unlike this method of like rolling the top hand, you have less control over it. Whereas right here, I can do anything I want with that. Now, if we're to take this to the shot, which is the final step with this, then it's literally the same concept. Setting up your footwork with your shot. Now, in this case, you can actually shoot off of either foot. McDavid decides to shoot off of his blade side inside edge. I'm going to show you another clip of guys like Elias Pettersson and Artemi Panarin shooting off of their knob side foot. But this goes to show you that your footwork sets up your shot, and so that helps you again to be deceptive. Who knew that skating mechanics can give you this many options? Which often, guess what? It makes hockey easier for you to access, makes hockey easier for you to play. We want hockey to be easier, not harder. We need to get better mechanics and then stack them together. Again, if we're to take this to the shot, stutter, stutter, stutter. The cool thing here is that it creates an automatic load of the puck. That way you don't have to flex the stick very hard or press down into the ice. No, all you need to do is just rotate a little bit more than you would, say, if you were on your stutters. That's literally the only difference. Could you get your hands out a little bit? Yeah. Does McDavid do that for a split second? Yeah, but it comes right back in and he rebalances up immediately, which is why he goes from really wide back to narrow and then doesn't fall over. He is balanced. He is neutral at the end after getting off balance, but he's falling and catching himself every single time. Now, to get the shot right, again, keep a constant rhythm. Keep a constant rhythm. That way you can load everything together. McDavid keeps a constant rhythm the whole time. So if we're to slow it down, he goes right here, right here, right here, right here. Everything flowed together. If I were to do that differently, like if that was not a constant rhythm, if that was kind of uneven, it would be like that's actually a much harder shot to pull off compared to keeping everything constant, as you see McDavid do there. So that's much easier to pull off. So that's the 3, 4, 5 components. That's all the components together. I'm gonna get some last reps on this, and we're gonna see how I look combining everything together, compare that to post, and we'll go from there. So he gets the pass, stutters, takes a shot right after that. Gotta go 5-hole there. That was much better. I'm just gonna do this real quick. I was gonna Zorro, but whatever. Pretend I get the pass right here. Go far corner, just for the hell of it. I'll do one more rep and then give a shout out to my school group afterwards. So, picks up the pass, evades that. That was a bad rep, actually. You see how I didn't finish my cross fully? That's what made me get off balance there. So, quick, get right here. Go 5-hole right after that. If you want to learn how good exactly you need to get at the individual mechanics in order to be just like a Connor McDavid or just like the other great players, check out my standard school below. That gives you the entirety of the lists and resources that you need in order to understand the standards that McDavid has set for his skating and his hockey ability mechanics. And so it's only $10 a month, very affordable for the majority of people out there. This is the education behind standards. We need this for hockey. There's no question about it. I am tired of seeing random, unfocused, doing everything drills. You notice that I'm talking very specifically about the footwork, the skating and the stick handling and the shooting together. This is the next step after you get good, which means after you master the standards, after you master the movements of the said skating, shooting, and stick handling, you have to get good enough at the specific movements and also the pillars that are involved with all of it before going from there. So that is what standards is designed to help teach you and to help promote. So because I knew that I needed this type of direction, I knew I needed this specific way to break down players' movements, and this has been super helpful. I would not have known how to copy their movements before learning the language of the mechanics, before learning how to actually do them myself with my body, like incorporating them. I don't just talk about the mechanics, I actually do it, which is why I'm out here. I want to thank you for watching. We're gonna get some final reps in here, and I will see you next time.